There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Erinn's Book Club, the first one of the new year. I know you guys haven't heard from me for a while, but I reached my Goodreads goal about a month ago, and to stave off kind of a reading slump, I gave myself like a reading vacation where I had no desperate urge to read, and I didn't force myself to do so. So I just kind of sat and waited till the new year, and the new year, as I rang in the new year, I finished a book. So I've got my very first book to do for my very first book club video for the year. And the book I'm going to review today is Natural Solutions for Dementia and Alzheimer, The Ultimate Guide to Preventing Short-Term Memory Loss, by Dr. Marilyn Glenville, and she's a PhD. Now, this was a book that I was reading in between other books, and so it just took me this long to get through it. And first, I've got to say, I really enjoyed the book. It was well written, it was easy to read, it had a lot of good examples, it had a lot of great advice. I learned a lot about my body and what I can do with my body, and the capacity of the brain to actually increase in effectiveness if you use it properly, which Lord knows I could learn to do that. I only have one fault reading through all of this. She was going on and on about how the diet is super important and how you should buy organic every time and how you should get non-chemically altered foods and that kind of thing. And I'm all for that. I can understand totally how that would be an important thing to do. However, I live in a world where money is tight, and surviving from paycheck to paycheck is tight. And those kind of foods, the healthy foods, the good enough for you foods, are just out of the budget. So I wonder if your brain is only able to be at your best capacity if you're rich. Or is there an option of finding cheap, easy foods that are lifestyle friendly? Because always doing organic and always doing the best quality food just is not feasible for people like us. That is the big struggle. Now, I'm going to continue to try to do the best I can with what I can afford. And I'm trying to decrease the sugar in my diet and that kind of thing. So I have learned a lot, and it was a very good, entertaining read in that it was very educational. It was a nice, quick read. If I read it, cover to cover, I don't think it would have taken me very long. And I actually want to learn and read more about her stuff because she seems to have a whole genre for women. She has information on IBS, which is something that I struggle with, that I would love to get to learn how to defeat or even manage properly. But as an educational kind of first dip into the world of dementia and that kind of thing, it was a good book. There's a scary part of this book where she actually describes dementia and Alzheimer's, and like, you hear the words dementia and Alzheimer's again and again and again in the real world, but you don't really think about it. You're like, oh, well, we lost her from dementia, or lost him from dementia. But if you think about it, dementia attacks your brain in such a capacity that in the end your brain forgets to breathe. Or your brain forgets to tell your heart to beat. Like, that's a horrible way to die. And I can understand how that would be a terrifying thing to even consider in the future. So I can understand the fear of it. And the way that she described what the fear of it is and what to look for, it was an eye-opening book, an entertaining book, and it made me really want to worry about my family. I really hope that my family doesn't have dementia in it, because this is not a death that I would like to have to go through. But all in all, good read. I enjoyed it. And I want to say Happy New Year to you guys, and Merry Christmas, since I missed you at Christmas. And I wish you all the best in the happy reading. I went to my Goodreads account, and I'm going to try to do 55 books this year. I did 52 last year. I'm hoping that this goal isn't too much, but we will go from there. I am currently reading a Jack the Ripper book, and that's a big, thick book, so I don't know when I'll get back to doing a review on that one. But, yeah, thanks so much for listening to me rant about some books, and I will let you know when I have another book read. Have a great 2019, guys.